Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Max and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Max's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Max has been fitted with and will come home with his very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that during your follow-up training session on Friday. Now, he is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Max heel. Now at this point, Max has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with whoever is on the other end of the leash. Not forging ahead or lagging behind, not dragging you down the street, but walking nicely next to your left leg. And each time that you stop your feet, whether it's to cross traffic or talk to someone on the street, he should sit automatically at your left to wait for his next command. So this should be able to make it so that family members can walk this big puppy who just didn't know his own strength, or did and was using it against you. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit stay. The stay commands are stationary exercises. They can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors, and they help to develop self-control, which no lab has at his age. You're going to start out at about 30 seconds, and you're going to slowly work up to a 3-minute sit stay. When Rich returns back to him, he quickly walks back to his shoulders and stops. And at that shoulder, if Rich has to stop because Max is expecting another command, and they're going to take off heeling again.
Ready? Max, go.
Now, if he gets too amped up, like he just started to do, you see Rich very gently give that little reminder with that little tug and release on the collar to remind him, hey, whoa, I'm up here, slow your roll. Nice automatic sit, stay. He's gonna watch the birds or the squirrels while we're out here. And again, practice, practice. This is important for him. This time Rich will call him. This is your come on command. He's been taught to come and sit, not come and launch himself at you. And then back to heel, which we call our finish, and back sitting. So everything starts and stops at that heel position. He's come such a long way. He's a very big, strong guy. But he enjoys doing his work. Rich leaves him again in another sit stay. When you call him, don't get too excited. It's Max come. Lighten your tone a little bit. He comes right in and sits. And then he goes back to heel position and back sitting. Rich heels him out of that exercise, and we're going to demonstrate your series of down commands. And the down commands are best practiced in the house. There really is no practical application for having your dog do a down outside except for a video. So practice right in your living room with him seated at your left open palm straight down toward the ground. The one-word command to down and stay. Now we've had to correct his sniffing. He loves to put his nose on the ground. He's always looking for something to pick up in his mouth. That's the age. But your long down stay, you're going to practice for about a minute and work slowly up to 5 minutes. When Rich returns back to him again, he quickly returns back to his shoulders and stops when he gets back to where they started. Rich gives him a little pat for praise, tells him good boy. You're not going to need to do much in the way of praising him right in the beginning because you don't want to amp him up and then have to cool him down. And Rich is going to demonstrate that down from a heel position again.
Down, all the way, down.
Now you could clearly see that he knows this command and that he's just refusing to do it right now.
Stay.
So when that happens to you at home, and it will, you cannot give up, because at that point he's won. And Rich will be showing you when he does your lesson on Friday, and we still have a little bit more time to work with him, what to do when he is not doing what you're asking him to do. Rich calls him out of that down, brings him in and has him sit, and then has him go back to heel and back sitting. Now, we have demonstrated for you all of Max's formal on-leash obedience commands. Gave us a little bit of a hard time with that second down, but he knows that command, and Rich will be demonstrating that for you on the day that he comes home. He's come a long, long way, and I think you're going to be very happy with his progress. Thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and we will see you soon.